How is it out there? Well, the crowds, camp, and all that 3 days.
It's always fun, man. I wish we had more. Just the crowd being able to come out here every single day. Honestly, it gets you ready for the preseason. Even the mock game that's coming up, it gets you ready just because you got to get used to being able to play in front of fans, because it's one thing to play in front of the coaches, to play in front of your teammates, but where it makes or break you with being able to make the team is being able to play in front of a crowd.
Have you got what's your sense of this wide receiving group in general, talent-wise, vibe-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a really good core, man. I think as camp goes on, I think a lot of guys will start to separate themselves. I think, like, just with everything that we're trying to build, we got guys that could be able to run after the catch. We got guys who could create, guys that can run routes, guys that have strong hands just to be able to catch the ball. I mean, I really like what we have. You know, I'm going into year 9, so I've seen a lot of receivers come and go, whether I was out here as a rookie and now going into year 9. And so I really like the talent, the athletic ability, all that stuff. Now it's just us being able to continue to learn the IQ of the offense and to be able to take our game a notch every single practice.
What stands out to you about Jaxon then, first impressions?
Oh, I mean, he a ball player, man. I mean, I think the biggest thing about Jax is just he's just an overall football player. And sometimes, you know, you try to categorize somebody and say, like, oh, he's just a slot receiver or he's just this. But honestly, I think whatever we ask him to do, I think he's going to be able to do it. He has really good senses. He has really good feel of the game. He understands, like, his body, his technique. He could do it fundamentally, or he could just go out there and kind of freak it a little bit and get open. And so, as you can already see, he already has a great connection with Geno, and that's only going to help us.
Obviously, in these practices, there's some restrictions for the defense with the contact stuff, but there's been a lot of plays downfield. How do you feel about the way this passing game is humming early compared to last year and some of the more recent training games?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is we've shown last year that we can be able to keep drives alive. I remember, like, you know, a lot of times people used to say, oh, we're great being explosive players, but we're not great to be able to have 13, 14, 15 play drives. I think last year we was able to show that we could do that and still be able to take those explosive plays on the first and second plays of the game. So I think this year, just for us, man, I think we're really going to be good, honestly. I kind of forgot your question, but
A lot of deep balls, there's been some big plays out here. How does it compare in terms of how the passing game is going out of the gate?
Yeah, I think the explosiveness is going to be really good for us, just because when we play a lot of teams, especially that 3-4 type of defense, they try to keep everything in front of them, and so you got to be able to take what you can. But there's going to be a lot of times where they're kind of sneaking up, trying to jump something here and there. And so for us to be able to show our speed and our athleticism, it's going to open up everything up front, but also showing that we can go downfield. It doesn't matter which player goes deep. Everybody got the legs to do it.
Tyler, this time last year, Geno's competing for the starting job. This year comes in, obviously, starter. Do you sense anything different out of him?
I mean, I think he's the same guy. I think the biggest thing is just, you know, he's already had a year under his belt where he could be able to go back, watch himself, understand what he did right, understand what he did wrong. There's a lot to talk about, people saying, oh, it was luck and all this different type of stuff, but it's just other things that gives him that drive and motivation to be able to continue to be great. You know, like he said, he wants to play until he's 40. I think he's like 37, 38. No, he's like 32. But, I mean, he's playing great. He's playing phenomenal. He's a great leader, and he's only getting better, whether it's on the field or off the field. He talks to us all the time, and that's the biggest thing, is you just want to continue to develop that relationship off the field, because it really does help when you get on the field.
How do you build consistency in an offense, being able to being explosive and yet having long drive? Situationally, or just knowing when to do that?
I mean, I think it comes and goes with, you know, Shane, our coordinator, just being able to help us learn how to do that, because there's going to be times where he's like, hey, man, like I see they're letting us go deep. We're going to go take those shots and do it. But then there's times where, like, Andy, the offensive line coach, will bring us in, and he'll be like, hey, man, like, this is what's going on. This is how many timeouts we got. But during that time, he could be able to tell us, like, hey, man, this is 4-minute offense. We got to be able to keep the ball. We got to be able to keep the sticks moving. And a lot of that comes with us being able to take one down at a time. And sometimes that's hard to do, but that's what plays like this out here at practice is for us to be able to do. We go from team blitz to team run to team pass to 7-on to 2-minute, and you got to be able to, like, renew your mind, because every time you got to be able to go to something new.
Speaking of renewing
Mind, how do you get ready after 8 years, the preseason base? Give me how do you, after 8 years?
I mean, for me, I think I started looking at it in a different way. I started looking at it backwards. At some point, my time and career is going to be over. And for me, I want to be able to enjoy football as much as I possibly can. Like when you're younger and you're in the league, it's like you're just enjoying it. Everything is new. You never think that it's going to be over. But as you start getting older, you start realizing, you get one life. And so after this life, I don't get to play football no more, right? So you just start trying to enjoy every single minute of it, try to get as great as you can, keep learning, keep getting better, and then you just go out on your own terms.
Appreciate
it.
I saw that Russell was at your wedding.
Oh,
was it
yeah.
like seeing Russell again? And I don't know, you guys talk, obviously you guys talk.
Oh, yeah. Bobby was at the wedding, too. I think that's what Bobby wanted me to say. But, it was great just to be able to have Russ there, man. Russ invited me after my rookie year to his wedding out there in Liverpool. And so it was pretty cool to just be able to go out there and watch him and Sierra get married. And, we've been brothers like this whole entire time. He's been like my big brother, giving me advice, helped me along the way, was there for me if I ever needed anything. So it was really cool just for him to be able to come out there, to be able to support me and Lawrence Union. And like I said, we still talk to this day. We encourage one another. Like if he ever needs anything, he knows he could call me, and it's vice versa.
Consider also wearing tuxedo shorts like DK?
Oh, no, DK has more of a style than me. I think Lauren would have got so upset with me if I did anything except wear a white and black tux.
Tyler, how different does DS look to you this year? It seems like he's healthy now and he's starting to show a little bit of what he can do.
Yeah, how different does D look to you? Hey, it works for me. We see him out there scoring a touchdown every single play. One of the things that the coaches are really keying in on us as receivers is being able to finish the block. Because you see, we have running backs like Ken, even from last year, or DJ, who would be able to break a tackle, and then it's them versus the corner. But now we're trying to eliminate that corner by being able to make sure that we block them and not take a play off. So even D, he's out there. He might be on the backside. He's running to go get that corner. So that's the things that we're emphasizing. And then when you're looking into the pass game, he's making crazy catches left and right. You saw what he could do in the screen game the very first day of practice. We see what he can do when he runs across the middle. Once the ball is in his hands, it turns into a punt return for him. You said how'd it come together? I kind of brought it up. I learned the worst thing that can happen is people say no. So, I kind of reached out to the Seahawks upstairs on the third floor, kind of talked to them just about, the opportunity to be able to do a partnership. I learned about, them just throughout the years of me being here. They had one with Windermere. And so when I heard that Windermere wasn't going to do it anymore, then I had an opportunity to see if it was even possible to do it. We went through all the rules, the laws, the regulations. We did everything the right way. And so I'm thankful to even be able to have a chance to be able to do that. And honestly, I think it says a lot about our organization, just believing in us, giving us a chance to be able to start, our second careers early, being able to find balance and time management to be able to do those type of things. But, I feel like I can't speak for every organization, but, I never really heard of a lot of organizations even going that extra mile to be able to do stuff to help a player, even if it doesn't help them. Oh man, we gotta talk on the side. Nah, but it's just anything that kind of it's different layers. It just depends on what layer that you decided to sign up for when y'all did the negotiations. But just different marketing tools and techniques and strategies, kind of like other people. I see Zillow here, so let's just say the same thing as Zillow. I think you see everybody around. I think it speaks for itself. First day out here, everybody was screaming, Bobby, Bobby. And I think he's just one of those guys that'll go down as probably one of the best players to ever play in a Seattle Seahawks uniform. And it says a lot. Even for us guys, we missed him. A lot of the vets, we missed him. Just his presence, just the conversations, all that different type of stuff, because I got the chance to grow with him ever since I came in as a rookie. And so just being able to see him come back, it's more of an appreciation because Bobby went somewhere else, and not only did he thrive, but he came back and he's able to relay what it was like going somewhere else, how much he missed being here, like, and all that type of stuff. And so we don't take it for granted. We just go out there and we know we got somebody that knows what he's doing, that knows what to expect, and knows how to get everybody involved and get everybody going.
Length of career and being at the stage you're at now where you're starting to think about, I'm not going to be playing for everybody. How in awe is it, for you and the rest of the team seeing a guy that's now in year 12 that's still out there every single day making all the plays on the practice field that he's out there doing?
Man, what's crazy? I think sometimes that gets overlooked and taken for granted because you look at a guy like Bobby, he's been successful so long and he's been consistent for so long. People just think it's easy to get into year 12 and to be able to do that. And I mean, the way my body feels at year 9, it's like, how do you even do that? But, you see it early on. Like I said, when I got here, like, he did a great job of taking care of his body, and he still does now. He's like the first guy in, the last guy out. And, I mean, it says a lot because a lot of us, you want to get back home, you want to see your wife or you want to see your kids, but this is your job. So you got to be able to do what gets you prepared and gets you right for the day of the game. So some people can leave, some people can stay. But the type of mindset and mentality that Bobby has, it's a reason why he's staying and why he's still playing going into year 12, especially as a linebacker.
What have you thought of Withers when you've gone against him?
Oh, I mean, I thought he was great. I went against him a lot in OTAs and stuff like that. I know you guys had asked me a lot of questions, and I said I kind of like his mirror technique, like everything a part of his game, whether he's playing off, he knows when to jump, when not to. I haven't got to go against him yet today, but the biggest thing is I think he's going to help us out a lot. I think it doesn't matter if we put him at corner, if we put him at nickel. The biggest thing is his value and what he brings. And he brings that physical toughness that we look for in corners just to be able to make that tackle and just be able to guard the best receivers.
Do you remember the first time you met Bobby?
First time I met Bobby? Nah, probably not. First time I met Bobby is probably when he probably tackled me in one of the practices. I mean, I think that they're phenomenal. Like, it's fun being able to go against Trey. Trey's from my hometown, so it's kind of cool being able to go up against him. He's pretty physical. He likes to be hands-on a lot, so it helps me to be able to work on just different stuff when it's me going against more of aggressive corners. It's fun being able to see Mike Jack because Mike Jack had a great year last year, and he's picking up where he left off. He's playing great. He's trying to challenge all of us at receiver. He's doing great in being able to understand route combinations and plays when it comes to down and distances. And, he made a couple of good plays out here today, and he's made a couple of good plays out here just the first 3 days. So I'm excited to see him battle. The biggest thing about this game is that, you always want to be able to show your value and show what you can be able to do because the better and better you play, it's harder for coaches to keep you off that field.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.